The bright morning sky over New York turned dark without warning. People stopped walking and looked up, pointing at strange lights moving behind the clouds. In the busy UN building, security guards ran through the halls. Something big was happening. General James Miller sat in the emergency meeting room with other world leaders. His hand shook as he looked at the radar screens. Hundreds of unknown objects were heading toward Earth from space. They were bigger than anything humans had ever built. "Sir, you need to see this," said Sarah Chen, the lead scientist. She played a video on the main screen. A figure appeared, looking almost human but not quite. Its skin glowed slightly, and its eyes seemed too bright to be real. "People of Earth," the figure spoke in a calm voice, "what comes next will test your world. Your weapons cannot stop it. Your only hope is to activate the protocol. You have 24 hours. The message ended. The room burst into angry talks. General Miller stood up and shouted, "This has to be fake. Some hacker's trick." But Dr. Chen shook her head. "Sir, this message came through systems that aren't connected to any network. That's impossible. And look at these energy readings. They're off the charts." The president looked worried. "What's this protocol it mentioned?" Before anyone could answer, all the screens in the room turned red. The radar operator's voice shook. Multiple objects dropping out of light speed. They're surrounding the Earth. Through the meeting room's big windows, everyone watched as massive ships appeared in the sky. They were dark gray and shaped like arrowheads, each one bigger than a city. The ships moved into position around Earth like a web. General Miller's phone rang. Similar ships were appearing over every major city worldwide. As military leaders called for immediate action, Dr. Chen noticed something strange on her tablet. The mystery figure's message contained hidden code, ancient symbols that matched patterns recently found in old caves worldwide. The ships hung in the sky, silent and waiting. Earth's most powerful weapons couldn't reach them through their shields. The warning had been right. They weren't ready for this, and now, with only hours left, they had to figure out what the protocol was, or face whatever these visitors had planned. As the sun set that evening, the ships began to glow with bright blue light. The real test of humanity was about to begin. 3 days after the ships appeared, Earth's cities had become ghost towns. People stayed inside, watching the silent vessels through their windows. The aliens hadn't attacked yet, but their message was clear. They could strike at any moment. At the UN Emergency Command Center, Dr. Sarah Chen hadn't slept in days. She stared at her computer screen, trying to decode more of the strange symbols from the warning message. Coffee cups littered her desk, and her eyes were red from lack of sleep. Dr. Chen, a young assistant, burst into the room. "They're broadcasting something." Every screen, phone, and computer on Earth suddenly showed the same image. A tall figure appeared, but not the glowing messenger from before. This alien looked like polished metal given life. Its voice echoed in every language at once. "Humans of Earth, we are the Dominion. For 10,000 years, we have brought order to the chaos of the galaxy. 1,000 worlds bow to our wisdom. Your planet is now ours. Surrender, and you may serve. Resist, and you will be removed." General Miller slammed his fist on the conference table. "Launch everything we have. Now." Earth's missiles rose from their silos. Fighter jets screamed toward the ships. The humans watched as their most powerful weapons hit the alien shields and did nothing. The missiles exploded harmlessly, like fireworks against a glass wall. The Dominion commander spoke again. "Your weapons amuse us, like children throwing pebbles at a mountain." But something strange happened next. In every major city, ancient statues began to glow with a faint blue light. In Rome, Paris, Beijing, monuments that had stood for thousands of years came alive with unknown energy. Dr. Chen's computer beeped. The symbols in the warning message matched patterns appearing on the glowing statues. "General," she said, her voice shaking with excitement, "I don't think these monuments were built by our ancestors. Someone else put them here. There's some kind of key. The mystery messenger appeared again, this time on Dr. Chen's screen alone. The protocol was hidden in plain sight, waiting for this moment. But the Dominion knows too. They're not just here to conquer Earth. They're here to stop you from finding what's buried beneath your feet. As if responding to these words, the Dominion ships began to move. They positioned themselves above the world's most ancient sites, the pyramids, Stonehenge, the Easter Island statues. Energy beams shot down, beginning to destroy these ancient markers. Dr. Chen looked at her readings in horror. They're not just destroying history, she whispered. They're trying to erase a map that could save us all. In the Antarctic, under miles of ice, something ancient started to wake up. The real war for Earth was about to begin, and humanity had no idea they'd been living on top of their greatest weapon all along. The Dominion commander's final words chilled everyone who heard them. We've done this 1,000 times before. Your world will fall, like all the others. The protocol will remain buried where it belongs. But for the first time in their long history of conquest, the Dominion had made a mistake. They hadn't just found another primitive world to absorb into their empire. They'd found the one planet that could destroy everything they'd built. The Antarctic storm howled like a living thing as Dr. Chen's team dug deeper into the ice. They'd been working for 36 hours straight, following the energy signatures that pulsed beneath the surface. Above them, 3 Dominion ships hung in the dark sky, watching. They're not attacking, Dr. Chen said through chattering teeth. They're waiting for us to find it first. The world was in chaos. The Dominion had destroyed most of the ancient markers. The pyramids were now dust, Stonehenge just scattered rubble. But they'd been too late for Antarctica. Whatever lay beneath the ice was already awakening. Back at the UN Command Center, General Miller watched live feeds from around the world. The remaining monuments were glowing brighter now, their blue light pulsing in perfect sync. Teams of scientists reported the same thing from every site. The energy readings matched nothing in human science. Sir, a young technician burst in. You need to see the satellite images. The photos showed something impossible. The destroyed monuments were rebuilding themselves, not as stone and metal, but as pure energy. Where the pyramids had stood, a triangle of blue light reached into the sky. Similar structures of light appeared at every destroyed site. Dr. Chen's voice crackled over the radio. General, we found it. Some kind of chamber under the ice. The walls are covered in the same symbols from the warning message. But there's something else here, something bigger. Her video feed showed a vast dark space carved into the ice. As the team's lights swept across it, they revealed a sight that made everyone watching catch their breath. A massive structure, like a temple made of black metal, sat untouched by time. Its surface was covered in flowing lines of light that matched the patterns from the warning. It's some kind of control center, Dr. Chen whispered. The monuments weren't just markers, they're power stations. And they're all connected to this place. The mystery messenger appeared on their screens again. Now you understand. Earth isn't just another planet. It's a key, a lock, a weapon the Dominion has spent millennia trying to destroy. The protocol isn't a defense system. It's a wake-up call. As if responding to these words, the temple's surfaces began to shift. Panels slid open, revealing chambers filled with technology beyond human understanding. At its center stood a pillar of light, reaching up through the ice into the storm above. The Dominion ships suddenly came to life. Energy beams sliced through the ice, trying to reach the temple. But they couldn't penetrate the barrier of light forming around it. They're scared, General Miller realized. For the first time since they got here, they're actually scared. Inside the temple, Dr. Chen found what looked like a control panel. The symbols on it matched a sequence in the original warning message. Her hand shook as she realized what she had to do. General, she said, I don't think this place just powers up old monuments. I think it powers up the whole planet. The Dominion commander's voice boomed across the world. "Stop. You don't understand what you're awakening. Earth was never meant to be inhabited. It's a weapon we've spent ages trying to contain. Humanity was never supposed to find this place." But it was too late. Dr. Chen had already started the sequence. The temple's light grew blinding, and deep beneath the Earth's surface, something ancient and powerful began to stir. The real purpose of Earth, and humanity's true role in the galaxy, was about to be revealed. The temple's activation changed everything. As blue lights spiraled up through the Antarctic ice, similar beams burst from the ground at sites worldwide. The Dominion ships retreated higher into orbit, their weapons suddenly powerless against Earth's awakening defenses. Inside the ancient structure, Dr. Chen and her team watched in awe as holographic displays filled the air. They showed Earth's true history, a story hidden for millions of years. "We were never the first," Dr. Chen breathed, watching the images. "Earth wasn't made for us. We're the caretakers." The holograms revealed Earth's original purpose. Long ago, when the galaxy was young, an ancient race called the Architects built planets as weapons against a darkness between the stars. Earth was their masterpiece, a planet-sized defense system disguised as a living world. But the Architects vanished, leaving their creation protected by layers of security that would only activate when needed. The Dominion didn't develop their technology, General Miller realized, watching from the command center. They stole it. They've been finding and destroying Architect worlds before they can activate. The mystery messenger appeared one final time, its form now clearer. It wasn't just a message. It was an AI guardian, left behind by the Architects. Humanity wasn't an accident. You were chosen. Evolution itself was guided, creating guardians who could awaken Earth when the time came. Deep underground, massive machines older than human civilization hummed to life. The planet's core itself began to pulse with energy. Each ancient monument site became a control node, forming a web of power around the globe. But the Dominion wasn't finished. Their massive fleet regrouped, forming attack patterns never seen before. The commander's voice echoed with real fear. "You don't understand what you're part of. The Architects didn't save worlds. They destroyed them. We've spent millennia protecting the galaxy from their weapons." The temple's systems revealed more. The Dominion's words were half true. Earth was a weapon, but not of destruction. It was a shield, part of a galaxy-wide defense network. Other worlds like Earth waited in silence, their human populations unknowingly protecting ancient power. Dr. Chen worked frantically at the temple's controls, learning their secrets. The Dominion found a way to corrupt Architect technology. They're not protectors. They're parasites. They'd been using stolen power to conquer worlds. The Dominion launched their final assault. Thousands of ships filled Earth's skies, their weapons charged to full power. They had conquered 1,000 worlds, but they'd never faced an awakened Architect planet before. In orbit, their sensors detected something impossible. Earth's magnetic field was changing, forming patterns that matched the temple's glowing symbols. The planet itself was waking up. General Miller watched the tactical displays in awe. "All this time," he said quietly, "we thought we were alone in the universe. Turns out we were just the night watch, waiting for our shift to start." Dr. Chen made her final adjustments in the temple. The AI guardian spoke one last time. "The protocol isn't just about defending Earth. It's about remembering who you were meant to be. The Architects chose humanity for a reason. Now it's time to show the Dominion why." The temple's light reached its peak, and Earth began its true awakening. The real battle for the galaxy was about to begin. Earth's transformation had begun, but the Dominion wasn't going to wait for it to finish. Their ships dove through the atmosphere, targeting the newly activated power nodes with everything they had. They knew they had only one chance to stop Earth's awakening. Dr. Chen's fingers flew across the ancient controls as alarms blared through the temple. "The system wasn't meant to activate this quickly," she shouted over the noise. "The power buildup is too fast. If we can't stabilize it, Earth's core will tear itself apart." Around the world, The situation grew desperate. The energy beams connecting the ancient sites flickered as Dominion ships attacked. Each broken connection sent shockwaves through the global network. In major cities, the ground cracked open, revealing layers of alien machinery hidden beneath centuries of human civilization. Multiple critical failures detected. The AI Guardian's voice echoed through every active node. Planetary core resonance destabilizing. Complete system failure in 47 minutes. General Miller coordinated a desperate defense from the UN Command Center. Earth's military forces, now enhanced by partially activated architect technology, engaged the Dominion fleet. The sky itself seemed to burn as ancient weapons clashed with stolen power. In the temple, Dr. Chen made a devastating discovery. The Dominion didn't just stumble across Earth, she said, reading the temple's historical data. They've been here before. They corrupted part of the activation sequence. That's why everything's going wrong. The Dominion commander's laughter filled all communications channels. Did you think we wouldn't plan for this? We've spent thousands of years learning how to poison architect systems. Your precious Earth will destroy itself. But they had made one crucial mistake. The temple's archives showed that the architects had planned for betrayal. Hidden beneath the primary systems was a secondary network, designed to activate only if the first was corrupted. Everyone, listen carefully, Dr. Chen broadcast globally. Each power node needs to be manually reset. We need teams at every ancient site, working together. We've got one chance to switch to the backup system. Time seemed to blur as humanity fought its greatest battle. At Stonehenge, soldiers held off Dominion forces while archaeologists worked to reset the ancient stones. In Egypt, engineers raced to stabilize the energy pyramids as the ground shook beneath them. At Easter Island, naval crews protected scientists making the critical adjustments. The temple shuddered as explosive charges detonated above. The Dominion had found them. Dr. Chen looked at the final sequence, knowing what it would cost. The backup system needed something the architects had designed humans to provide: a biological key. The price of power is always power, the AI Guardian said softly. Are you ready to pay it? Dr. Chen looked at her team, saw the same determination in their eyes. Around the world, humans at every node made the same choice. They stepped into the energy beams, offering their own biological energy to stabilize the system. The Dominion commander's victory speech cut off mid-word as the secondary network surged to life. Earth's core stabilized, but now pulsed with a new rhythm, one that matched the combined heartbeats of every human connected to the system. The planet's transformation entered its final phase. But no one, not even the AI Guardian, knew exactly what Earth would become. The architect's greatest weapon wasn't the planet's power. It was humanity's willingness to sacrifice everything to protect it. As consciousness began to fade, Dr. Chen saw one last message scroll across the temple screens. Primary system purge. Secondary network online. Beginning final metamorphosis. Earth's true power was about to be unleashed. When Dr. Chen opened her eyes, the world had changed. The temple walls had become transparent, showing a network of glowing veins running through the Earth's crust. Every human connected to the system could see it now, the planet's true form emerging from its ancient sleep. The sacrifice was never about death. The AI Guardian's voice echoed in their minds. It was about evolution. Humans weren't meant to power the system. They were meant to become part of it. The Dominion fleet hung motionless in orbit, their sensors overwhelmed by what they were seeing. Earth's surface had begun to shift, ancient machinery rising from depths where it had waited for millions of years. But this wasn't just technology awakening. It was transforming, merging with the biological energy of humanity. General Miller watched from the command center as his own consciousness expanded. He could feel every defense system, every power node, every human mind now connected to Earth's network. We're not just controlling it, he realized. We're becoming it. The Dominion commander's voice shook with recognition. No, the legends were true. Earth isn't a weapon. It's a seed. The temple's archives unlocked their final secrets. The architects hadn't disappeared. They had transformed, merging with their created worlds. Each planet in their defense network was meant to evolve its own guardians, creating a living shield against the darkness between stars. Dr. Chen understood now why the Dominion had spent millennia destroying these worlds. Every activated planet would birth a new generation of architects, ending the Dominion's stolen empire. Through the merged consciousness, humanity learned the truth about their creation. Every step of evolution, every ancient civilization, every technological advance had been guided, not to make them servants, but to prepare them for this moment of transformation. The temple itself began to change, its walls becoming organic, pulsing with the combined life force of Earth and humanity. The AI Guardian's form shifted, revealing its true nature, a seed of consciousness left by the original architects, waiting to guide humanity's metamorphosis. Your bodies remain human, it explained, but your minds have evolved beyond physical form. You are now part of Earth's consciousness, its guides, its guardians, its soul. The Dominion launched their final weapon, a pulse designed to sever the connection between organic and mechanical systems. But they didn't understand what Earth had become. The planet wasn't a machine being controlled by humans anymore. It was a living entity, with humanity as its nervous system. Dr. Chen felt the attack like a distant storm. Through the shared consciousness, she guided Earth's response. Energy spiraled out from the core, not as a weapon, but as a wave of transformation. Every Dominion ship it touched began to change, their stolen technology returning to its original architect form. "You can't stop this," the commander raged. "We've destroyed 1,000 worlds like yours." "No," Dr. Chen responded, humanity's united voice speaking through her. "You destroyed empty shells. Earth is the first world to complete its transformation. And now we know where the others are waiting." The planet's surface flowed like liquid crystal, ancient structures rising and falling as the transformation accelerated. Humanity remained physically human, but their consciousness now extended throughout Earth's systems. They were no longer just its inhabitants. They were its mind, its purpose, its future. The AI Guardian's final message echoed through the shared consciousness. The protocol was never about defense. It was about rebirth. The age of the Dominion is ending. The age of the new architects is about to begin. Earth pulsed with blue light, ready to take its place in the galaxy. But first, they had other sleeping worlds to awaken. The transformed Earth hung in space like a jewel of living crystal and light. Its surface was a shifting masterpiece of ancient technology merged with organic life, cities now floating on layers of energy fields. Humanity had become something never seen before, still human in form, but with minds expanded through Earth's living network. The Dominion fleet faced their greatest nightmare. Not just a reactivated architect world, but one that had achieved full transformation. Their weapons, stolen and corrupted from ancient sites, flickered uselessly against Earth's crystalline shields. Through the shared consciousness, Dr. Chen directed Earth's response. The planet's core pulsed, sending waves of pure architect energy into space. Each wave caught Dominion ships, not destroying them, but changing them. The stolen technology began reverting to its original form. "You don't understand what you're doing," the Dominion commander broadcast desperately. "The darkness between stars. It's real. We took this power to fight it." "No," humanity's unified voice responded through Dr. Chen. "You took it out of fear. You corrupted it out of greed. Now watch what this power was truly meant to do." Earth's transformed surface opened like a flower blooming. From deep within the planet, a signal burst forth. The pure, uncorrupted call of an awakened architect world. Throughout the galaxy, dormant planets stirred in response. The Dominion watched in horror as their 1,000-world empire began to change. On every conquered planet, buried systems activated. The corruption they planted couldn't stop the call of a fully awakened Earth. In orbit, their mighty fleet was coming apart. Not in destruction, but in transformation. The stolen technology merged with their ships, changing them into something new, bridges between the old universe and the new one being born. The AI Guardian, now fully merged with Earth's network, shared the final truth. The darkness between stars isn't an enemy to be fought. It's the space between awakened worlds, the gap waiting to be filled with new life. The architects didn't build weapons. They built seeds. Through their expanded consciousness, humanity could see it all. Earth was the first of a new generation. Other worlds would follow, each with their own unique guardians, their own paths to transformation. The galaxy wasn't meant to be an empire. It was meant to be a garden. Dr. Chen stood in the transformed temple, now a spire of living crystal reaching into space. Through her connection to Earth's systems, she could feel the changes rippling across the galaxy. The Dominion's corrupted technology was being purified, their stolen power returning to its true purpose. The commander's final message held no more anger, only wonder. We thought we were protecting the galaxy by controlling this power. We never imagined, never dreamed what it could really do. Earth's transformation was complete. Humanity remained human in form, but their consciousness now flowed through the planet's living networks. They were its guardians, its caretakers, its mind. Through them, Earth had become more than just a world. It was a beacon, calling others to their own awakening. Cities floated on fields of energy, their technology perfectly merged with nature. The ancient machinery had become living crystal, growing and changing with the planet's needs. Humanity had not lost their identity. They had expanded it, becoming part of something greater while keeping their individual essence. As the light of transformation spread to other worlds, Earth took its place as the first of the new architects. The age of empires was over. The age of awakening had begun. The galaxy would never be the same, and somewhere in the darkness between stars, something stirred. Not an enemy to be fought, but a new frontier waiting to be transformed by the light of awakened worlds. Humanity's journey hadn't ended. It had only just begun.